I'm a firm believer that knowing what and when to steal something is an essential part of any artist's learning and becoming great. If you would stop being so scared to plagiarize, you might actually become a better artist. I really started thinking a lot about this lately in light of the whole Richard Prince copying people's Instagram posts and selling them for ridiculous amounts of money, and also this Afghan girl art theft. I do think the absolute best way to get inspired is to boost these spontaneous, creative moments of brilliance. And I think that to do that, you need to get out, you need to get away from work, you need to put down work, put down what stresses you out, what you feel like you need to make a decision about, and get outside, do something that stimulates your mind, maybe something that stimulates your body, running, working out, go do something like that. I would shut off the TV, shut off the internet, turn off the movies, the game console, all that stuff. Do something that you can get out, read, do something that really pumps you up, get your mind fired up. Essentially, I think all the distractions need to be filtered out, all the junk. Stop trolling endless websites, looking for inspiration post after inspiration post. Close those 12 Pinterest boards, those never-ending Pinterest boards that you have open, and kind of step away from work. Forget about the problem, and sometimes you have these creative, out-of-the-box solutions that come up. That, I think, is the best, most organic method of creativity. But you need to start somewhere. You need to have some skills, you need to have some technique, you need to understand what you're going for. And that's why I say to plagiarize other people's work. For a long time I've told students, you need to find an artist that you love, a piece of artwork you love, and just copy that artist, copy that piece of artwork. Do it as best you can, whether you're a painter, a photographer, a writer, whatever. Find a piece of artwork, find some creative work, and try to copy it. You find out a couple things about yourself. Number one, you find out that it's extraordinarily difficult to copy anything one-to-one perfectly. Very, very difficult. And also, and many times, along the way to trying to copy this other artist, you actually discover yourself as an artist, a photographer, writer, painter, whatever. This will ultimately lead to you becoming a much better artist. I read somewhere that great poets imitate and improve, and bad poets steal and spoil. And I think it is a perfect analogy for an artist. Improve and imitate. Don't steal and spoil. Don't steal someone else's artwork and pass it off as your own. Use other pieces of great artwork to hone your skills and to build you up and to discover who you are. So imitate and improve. Don't just steal. Now, of course, it's easy to come out with a lot of bravado and say, hey, go steal someone else's artwork. How do you actually do that? Well, I think you do it by looking at the details. Focus on the details. That particular sculptor who uses that very unorthodox chisel to get this crazy whatever, or that painter who uses that weird orange edge on the highlights of his portraits to get this beautiful highlight, or that photographer who breaks out that third light for the crazy dynamic contrast that he gets in his photo. What are the details? Really focus in on the stuff that everybody else is glossing over. Focus on that stuff. Success is in the details. There was a very famous college basketball coach named John Wooden. The story goes that when his incoming freshmen came to school, the first thing he did was he took them into the locker room and taught them how to put their socks on, because he believed that success was in the details. It takes little things to make great things happen. So focus on the details. Copy those details. And again, that road of copying, that road of imitating, that road of plagiarizing, you're going to discover yourself as an artist. You're going to find out who you really are, what your style really is, what your unique style really is. Fastest, most effective way, I am sure of it. And by doing this, you can steal or plagiarize or whatever other people's work and churn out top quality, mind-blowing pieces of art that are really your own, that are really truly your own, and actually inspired by other artists. So to wrap this whole thing up, my advice is stop trying to get inspired. Go out, do something that stimulates your body, gets you fired up, gets you going, and then plagiarize other artists. Build toward whatever that end goal is that they've already accomplished, and you're going to discover yourself. Now, to kind of put a bow on this whole thing, I just want to leave you with two quotes. One by Igor Stravinsky, who says, "Lesser artists borrow, great artists steal." And of course, the late, great Steve Jobs, who said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." I think that about sums it up.